What is going on, my friends? I hope you guys are all doing well. My name is Tank. This is the IBC Gang channel. Here we talk about everything that's happening in the traditional markets as well as the crypto markets. Guys, we're going to be talking about a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything, like we normally always do. But before I do, let me double check to make sure that my audio and stuff is going well. Yeah, it is. Good. Perfect. I'm not using my my mic, my boom arm, because when I do, it throws off the background. Um so I need to actually replace a couple of things because I've noticed that that's what I've been dealing with. So just a little heads up, if things sound a little bit weird, it's because I'm using this headset microphone situation thing that I got going on here. Apologies, apologies. Um, we're gonna do our best with what we got for today. Before we get into everything, I do got to give you guys a humongous notification of our channel sponsor, which is Kujira.network. Guys, if you guys don't know about Kujira, you guys definitely should check them out. I've been talking to you guys about Kujira for a long, long time. They are the blockchain for real yield, the decentralized ecosystem for protocols, builders, and Web2 users seeking sustainable fintech within the crypto landscape. I really do think Kujira, not just because they obviously sponsor the channel, but I'm telling you guys, I really do think that Kujira is one of the is going to be one of the main players in this next appreciation phase through the Bitcoin or whatever crypto landscape, Bitcoin halving, whatever you want to call it. I really do honestly believe that, and that's why I partnered up with them for such a long time. They are again little. I got to be truthful about stuff. I'm a little bit biased, so for with all disclosures out there. They are our sponsor, but even if they were not, guys, I would still be putting out there to everybody that my thoughts about Kujira are really, really bullish. I really like the team. I really like the platform. I suggest to you, just suggest if you guys at all interested in DeFi within Web3, check out Kujira.network. Fantastic stuff going on over here, guys. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. You can liquidate assets using Orca, which means you can bid on liquidations. You can get on their decentralized, permissionless, 100% on-chain order book style token exchange, which is Fin. You can use Bao, Ghost. You can manage your wallet through Blue. Guys, they have NFT. Well, shouldn't speak out of turn. I believe that there's going to be much more nuding going on with their NFTs, and they've got. I shouldn't speak out of turn. I shouldn't speak out of turn because I don't want to ruin anything. But they got many new features coming soon for Kujira. I definitely would check them out. Really, 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 really emphasizing, guys, check it out. Not financial advice, just telling you guys, check out Kujira.network. With that being said, I do want to pop off and just jump on into it and keep things nice, short, and sweet. It's been a while. I'll be very honest with you guys. We've done some branding pivoting. I'm known to be the pivot guy, right? You guys gotta be able to pivot on your toes, man. You gotta be able to pivot when things demand pivoting. Um, so we've been kind of like rearranging things. IBC gang, inspire, believe, create, right? We are kind of trying to pull away from just being about crypto. We want to talk to you guys about everything, like the real things that I've always talked about, but like really put an emphasis on that the sustainable, uh, maintainable, realistic things that have really brought value to me long term, in and out of Web 2 and Web 3. A little bit of diversification never hurts anybody, is my humble opinion about that. So I want to really share with everybody, the things that I find interesting, and not just be kind of handcuffed to only speaking about the Cosmos ecosystem or Web3 or blockchain protocols, right? So with that being said, guys, I do want to jump on into it. But before, cheers, some Manhattan in the middle of the day. Mm, Manhattan, middle of the day. Man, I love it. Um, but yeah. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Let me bring up the charts. Bring up the charts, guys. And if anybody is following, whether you're on whatever platform you're following on, if you want me to cover a chart, let me know. Let me know, and I will do so. But let's go ahead and jump on into the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones right now is down 0.72%. We're looking at things using Market Cipher. The daily time frame is our time frame of choice. You can see right now, just at a glance, this is the first time I'm looking at it. You can see the RSIs are rolling over. We are in the negative money flow being represented here with the momentum waves and or simply with this green and red bar on the very bottom. You can see that we're in the negative money flow. We are being represented here with negative money flow. Everything right now with market Cypher B doesn't look good. Everything looks like it's has a bit more of a downturn to be had. That's not to say that things can't reverse. But it doesn't look good. It looks like we're going to be coming down with selling pressure, especially what's happening out there fundamentally on a global landscape, right? We've got many things happening, especially here for the US markets, which I don't know why people like separate things. It's one and the same, to be very honest with you. What happens to the US markets is going to affect everything else that's happening out there in the regular in other markets throughout the world. Mm, It just is what it is until it's not. Um, so yeah, we're having a bit of a downturn right now. Again, if we take a look at market cipher A, ever since covering the lows here when we had a humongous sell-off in 2022, we were telling you guys, you got to be a profit taker when things are in the upturn. If you were taking any positions at the lows on there, like I know this is me beating a dead horse. Hey, I don't like animal abuse or nothing like that, but like it's a saying, right? Like I've been preaching this for a long time. You have to be a profit taker before your profits are no longer there to be taken. And right now, not to say that that's what's going to happen, but what's happening right now, you don't know, right? And nobody knows if we're being completely honest with ourselves. So you got to be securing your wins more than you are recognizing your losses. And if you are doing so, you're going to be probably around for the long haul, like myself. From the lows down here, just to give you guys some food for thought. Like I'm not even going to go for the wick lows. But just the average, just say average body candle lows, and then the wick lows as well. But taking everything into account here, even to where we are right now, you're up. If you took that position, if you caught it, I nobody catches the absolute bottom, but you're up 16.95%. At one point, you were up over 20%, and you only have yourself to blame if you weren't taking profits throughout that time, especially for these traditional index charts, right? Right now, the trend, like honestly, it is still intact. Like this is bad, but like if you look at this and kind of on a zoomed out time frame right here, you can see that right now, like until this level right here, where the dotted line I just placed gets broken, the trend is still intact. Yes, we are coming back and retesting it. Yes, it doesn't look good, but look, the stair stepping movement still intact until we break this stair step. Trend still intact. We could go sideways here for a good while for the rest of this year, for the rest of the quarter, and still have the trend still intact. We could be taking a breather. We could be, just getting our second win before the inevitable happens, which is, in my humble opinion, the money printer going burr again. And what I mean by that is them, the Fed, by them turning on the money printer to pump the economy again, to stimulate the economy again, and get the ball rolling in the right direction yet again. Not to say that's the right direction, but in the inevitable direction that it's ever going to flow into, and that is into higher inflation. That's just what it is, guys. Like take a look at the U.S. debt clock. And you can see that at no given time has there ever been a slowdown in the pace of which we are getting ourselves into debt when it comes to the U.S. economy. And so the only option that they have, regardless of how long they want to play tight or be hawkish, is we are going to inflate the shit out of our U.S. dollar and inevitably run inflation hot. Yet again, like what we've always done is probably going to be what we do going forward. And there's a reason why we say the trend is our friend until it's not, or things don't necessarily have to repeat themselves, but they do come close to rhyming more often than not. Like there's a reason why we say all these things. And if we are, betting individuals, if we are people who are going to be taking averages and statistics to account, like we just have that to go by. And what is the statistic for that probability? It's really, really high. Like, what is the chances of us repeating what we've always done, our habits? Really, really high. And so it's definitely time in the markets. It's definitely a situation where when you have a longer time horizon and you are taking a zoomed out approach looking at the markets, the inevitable thing is, and here I'll go ahead and prove it to you guys without saying so much words. I could just do this, right? Go to the monthly here, and show you that this is nothing but up and to the right, no matter what. Like, it's not my opinion, it's the opinions of the charts. It's what we've always done. And so if you have a long enough time horizon, and if you are not betting with things or using things that you absolutely need, you're more than likely going to be just fine. I can't guarantee you that, but if I had to take a bet, it's eventually this market is going to correct itself, it's going to cool off, and it's going to inevitably climb up and to the right, like it's always done on the charts, like it's always done ever since tracking the charts, right? Like, this is just the Dow Jones on the monthly time frame. Again, not my opinion, it's just the opinions of the chart. It's just math, it's statistics, it's there for us to see. So I don't know, man. I'm not really all too worried. I guess is what I'm trying to say this whole time I've been ranting. I'm a long term player, and right now it's just par for the course for me. But if you guys are worried, right? If you're trying to maximize your returns, you're trying to get as much yield out of your positions as possible. You're trying to, double up, triple up, whatever percent up you're trying to do. Like, maybe you're not being as passive as I am. Uh, you're maybe trying to be more dynamic with your positions, but to each their own. Right now, for me, trend is still intact. Trend is still intact for me, right? Like, you can see that we are still above our previous step, just barely, just barely. But it did come down, test it, and we could even W here, like, right? Honestly, we could even W here with the Dow Jones and create this boom, 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 this double bottom, and then be on our way, right? After the remaining part of this year, after whatever happens out there on the global scale plays out, we can even double bottom and just be on our way after that, retesting their previous highs. And then what would people feel like? Just some food for thought, stuff for you guys to think about. With that being said, I am going to move quickly through the rest of the indexes because I think you guys get my general gist. The Nasdaq down 1.18%, but if you take a look again at the Nasdaq, right, it's still in a crazy position long term on the charts. Like, take a look at this. Let's get rid of all this stuff, guys. Let's get rid of all of this. It's still way above the SMAs, the EMAs for that matter, on the daily time frame. It's still, the trend is still intact. Like, if you take a look at things right now, stair stepping movements happening right here, kind of wonky stair stepping movements, but we're still above the previous step, this previous retest of support. And until that trend breaks, like, I don't really care. You know what I mean? I've already taken profit, so it's easier for me to say that. I'm free and clear of all of my positions. I'm sitting on house money. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect me. But I am being patient for my 200 SMA strategy. Similarly for the Dow Jones, I have a 200 SMA strategy, and I'm not really making any more moves until those optimal positions for myself come into range or come into play or become an option for me in the future. And if they don't, so be it. If they do, great. I've been waiting for that. But it's kind of like just one of those positions where I think being patient is the name of the game, especially for these indexes and some of these options that are out there in the TradeFi markets, and for that matter, for Web3. I think it's just the time to be patient. If you've already taken positions and you're in profits right now, might not be the most ideal profits that you were hoping for, but it never hurts to realize that profit and or to minimize any kind of risk that you personally have out there with the position that you possibly prior took, right? I don't know. It's a no-brainer for me to minimize risk. Not financial risk, just suggesting it to you guys. Think about it. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Man, that Manhattan is really good. It's really, really good. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm seeing for the Nasdaq, guys. Again, market cipher B. RSI is rounding back down. We're in the negative money flow. Momentum wave. Everything showing me down. Down momentum on this chart. The Russell down 1.85, almost 2% right now. Same thing. Rounding RSI's negative money flow. You can see that we for the Russell now we are actually breaking a trend. We're on the verge of breaking a trend. And this support that we've had in the past. Basically where we are right now. If that breaks down, we're going to be testing 162.70. That's just my humble opinion, right? We're just going to be testing 162.70. So be on the lookout for that. SPX. Again, I've been preparing for this wonky looking up and handle pattern to play out. And right now we're still above this long-term trend line on average. That's been holding up as support thus far. But if it doesn't, I've been waiting for this coming out about it for a long time. Like I've been prepared for 4,059 and even below that for a long, long time. Like, right? Like I've been calling that out for a while. So just be ready for that stuff, guys. Same things that I've been saying about the Nasdaq, the Russell, the Dow Jones is going to apply for the S&P 500. So I'm not going to like just keep saying it to you guys until you guys go, oh, this is so boring. But like, really, if you guys don't understand that that's the stuff that you need to hear, like on repeat over and over and over and over, so that you're not bored, so that you don't lose interest, so that you don't jump the gun. Like, recognize that. Like, you might think it's boring, but the boring stuff is the practices that make champions, that make winners, that make millionaires, that make billionaires, right? Boring stuff, that repetitive practice, the stuff that's not flashy, that's not, you know, clickbait and stuff like that, is the thing that separates me from being at home drinking a Manhattan from you, take this however you want, working and watching me at your job. Like, that's the difference. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm just being real with you. It's the practice of patience that really separates people, right? And the practice of consistency with your rules of engagement and the practices that you've set forth that work for you, because everybody has their own strategies and their own approach that will work for you and possibly not me. So remember that. But it's those practices that will separate people. And so if I sound boring to you, open your mind a little bit and maybe understand that you need to hear that. Maybe just for that, kick in the nuts every while. Subscribe, follow, share. Hey, tell your friend that might be losing over and over. You might want to listen to this boring guy Tank, because he's going to say the same things over and over and over, but that's what you need to hear, right? Just think about it. Just think about it. Mm. Cheers to you that didn't get your feelings hurt right there and actually understood what I was trying to say. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to tell you guys and share with you guys the things that really separate people. Really separate people. Um, because I don't want to be alone anymore. I want you guys to come sit on the bench with me. Come be retired with me. Come sit right here. Um, with that being said, guys, let's move off the traditional index charts. Unless somebody has a question, let me know in the chat. I don't see any right now. It's okay. It's the middle of the day. Um, let's move on. Let's take a look at some other guys. The 10-year yield right now down 0.56%. Like, wow. Actually, we should be actually creating some trend lines here. Just some really simple trend lines here, from the top. Let me grab it. Let me grab it, stupid thing. I'm not gonna even go from wick. I'm just gonna wick high, body high, right? And we're gonna go here, boom. Like, look at this. Look at this, guys. Um, I've been watching and I've been in circles where people are talking about bonds and whatnot, and like where they're trying to find yield, right? Like, where do you go right now? Where do you go right now? You guys can't even see this. Where do you go right now if you're trying to find yield? You're trying not to get damaged with your savings in your bank account, or wherever your funds that you've been accumulating are sitting, wherever they're sitting. Like, where do you go, right? To earn some sort of good yield. Well, I got an idea for you guys. Look, not really interested right now in bonds. Although I know a lot of people that I've been talking to are like, yeah, man, I'll buy some bonds and stuff like that. Which I'm not gonna say they're wrong. You never know. But guys, here, let me actually just kind of show you guys where I'm most interested right now. Let me share with you guys right here, and that is I put a tweet out just recently. Money markets. This is just one place that I want to park capital right now. And I know, guys, it's a lot of white, on the screen and stuff like that. But in this, for the sake of discussion of diversification, right? It never hurt nobody to be spread out a little bit. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, like Mama used to say, right? Or whoever used to try to preach to you in the days. And there's a reason for that, right? Because if that one basket gets wiped out, if you trip and fall, all your groceries come spilling out, all your eggs go and break on the ground, right? Like, then you're fucked. You have nothing left to do. You had it all in that basket, literally. Money markets right now are not a bad place to park. I mean, you're getting, look at this, guys, best money market account rates right now. Let me see if you guys can see this a little bit better. Let me get my big ugly mug out of the way here. guys, check this out. Like, some of these banks you might not actually have in your area, but some of them you might. Sally Mae Bank is giving 4.75% here. Republic Bank of Chicago is giving 5.21 on the money market account. There are some, ins and outs when it comes to money market accounts. Like some of them have minimum balance accounts, some of them have all these little rules that you got to follow. Some of them have maximums, yada yada yada. Um, I did put out a YouTube video explaining to you guys briefly money market accounts and give you guys the general gist about what money market accounts are. I definitely suggest checking that out just for the sake diversification, right? But like if you're looking for a good place right now to generate some sort of relatively respectable yield, or APY, I would definitely suggest checking out money market accounts, man. Like look at these numbers. Where you gonna go in crypto right now? We're gonna go a DeFi platform, gonna give you 5%, maybe even less than that for putting up your ETH and your Bitcoin. You could literally take your fiat, right, which everybody needs, and open up a money market account and generate over 5% on some of these banks, right? Like that's powerful, man. That's really, really powerful. And I don't think a lot of people fully understand the need or what you should be doing when it comes to diversifying the amount of wealth that you have. Sure, not all of it, right? Not all of it. But some of it should probably be in a money market account. And so, a lot of people have been asking me, hey, Tank, what are you doing right now to earn some yield on some of your holdings? Well, I'll tell you right now, I have several money market accounts opened up on several different banks, and it's feeling really freaking good. It's feeling really good while I wait for traditional markets, while I wait for crypto markets, especially to turn around and be a lot more appealing, I should say, right? Like, I don't know. That's just something. I've also bought some real estate and some precious metals. You guys have seen me be kind of a jerk about it, but hey, I'm just being real. I'm not gonna not show you guys anymore. I've been diversifying into, um, you know, traditional account holdings like money market accounts. I just invested into over $1 million short-term rental property in a very, very lucrative location here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm just building my empire, and I'm also diversifying into precious metals, guys. Talking about precious metals, let's actually jump on into that a little bit, guys, and let's see what the precious metal charts look like before we even jump on into Bitcoin. Um, excuse me. You can see right now gold is up 1.38%, and that's because of what's happening out there with these conflicts and the concern of conflicts growing even bigger, right? Like, guys, gold is it's time tested. It's not just a couple of decades. It's not, a century. It's thousands of years we've used gold to trade and to barter with and to peer-to-peer swap with and exchange with. Maybe I said that twice, I don't know. But it's just one of those things. And yes, there's manipulation in gold, but is what it is, right? Gold is up 1.37%. It's back above $1,900. It's at 1950 basically. You can see that it's had over the past couple of days, especially what's happening out there with the conflicts. It's been having a really good run up over the past couple of days. Let me see here from the lows just recently to where we are right now. 7% in less than 2 weeks, right? That's massive. That's a massive return for anybody, even for crypto people. I always tell crypto people, like, if you see a percent move on the charts, 5% or more, consider start laddering out, take profits, right? That's not financial advice. That's just what I do. So that's the message that I share all the time. But for gold, that's massive. That's huge. Um, mm, Manhattan. Drink of the gods. But yeah, so we're seeing gold rally. This is looking really, really good. We're still in negative money flow, which is a concern to me. But and we do have rounding RSIs here as well on market set for B. So maybe like I've been saying this as well with gold. I don't like to buy it above 1900. Like I'd much rather buy it mid 1800s or maybe even like low 1800s if I'm feeling or blessed with the opportunity to get it underneath 1800. Like I will definitely start buying more gold then, physical gold too. Uh, but right now it's just I just can't. Like I'm too high from the tops. Like I see better opportunities elsewhere, and one of those is silver. Silver is basically flat right now. It's up 0.04%. It had a really, really good past couple of days, just like gold. because of those reasons that I just previously stated in the past. But from the bottom, on average, it's up 10%. So it did better. Silver did better than gold did in the past 2 weeks, right? At one point, silver rallied over 12% over the past 13 days. So that's amazing to think about, right? Like I find silver way more appealing to me because it has a higher percent to run from all-time highs, and it has more use cases, more industrial demand, um, and it's just cheaper for most people to get into. So like, and I like stacking silver. I like the look of silver. I don't know. I just maybe it's just me. I don't really like the look of gold. Some people be like, "What you talking about, Tank?" I'm just being honest. Like, I don't wear gold watches. I wear like stuff that looks chrome or silverish looking, right? Like, I don't know. I just That's just me. Um, so yeah, like silver. While I'm not saying right now is the best time to buy, you got to look at a couple other things right now. But silver is very, very appealing to me. I'm really, really interested in buying silver if it comes down below 19 or even mid $18, I'm a buyer. Especially below that, I'm a buyer. I'll just be a buyer no matter what. Every week I buy a certain amount, and I'll just continue to do that. But right now, my silver purchases have uh, been placed on hold. I recently just put just a real small order in. Just recently, when silver was at like $20 and something cents for another two 10-ounce bars. But other than that, like I'm no longer interested because I've got this price point now. I don't feel like buying anymore at this price point. Although I do see huge potential for silver. If I'm going to be reinforcing my positions, it's going to be at a lower position because I have patience. Um, One other thing that I think is really, really impressive, and I don't share this enough. I know a lot of people look might have their opinions about copper, but like let's take a look at copper real quick, right? This is the weekly time frame for copper. This is an amazing freaking chart. Way better than gold, way better than silver. Like long term, this is an amazing, amazing chart in which the price of copper per ounce could come down to retest this trend line that's been holding up for forever, which is just underneath $3, $2.85, and I would be a massive buyer of copper. Whether it be you can't really buy copper like I guess you can. You can buy physical copper, but that's like a lot of weight. That's a lot of copper to have to store away to make a significant like financial dent on anything if you're like holding for the long term, and then you got to store it and all this other stuff. But I probably will buy copper, and I probably will buy paper and physical copper to add to my long term stacks. Like I have locations to where I can actually do that. I don't hold any of my precious metals at home. By the way, little tip for you guys: if you guys are buying precious metals, yeah, you can hold like a little bit at your house or whatever. But if you're like literally buying big amounts of precious metals, regardless of gold, platinum, palladium, what do you say it? Palladium. I can't even say palladium, silver, copper, whatever it is, right? Platinum. Um, don't keep it at your house. You're just asking to get robbed. Do not keep it at your house. I know it sounds like people want to have it there, like Scrooge McDuck. Do not keep significant amounts of precious metals at your house. That is just stupid, stupid. But anyway, you do you though. Not financial advice. Not you do you. Um, but with that being said, I really like copper. It's really, really interesting to me. PAAS. This is something that I've been harping for a while now, harping on for a while now. I really like PAAS. Excuse me. It's on a downturn right now, but that's when I'll get interested, right? That's when I want to be interested. That's when I want to be a buyer. I really think that this is a really good potential buy for the long haul. I'm interested on buying more. I just bought some. I just bought some recently below $15. It was like close to $14 just recently. Um, I bought a buttload actually at $14. And I will buy more on these lows here right around 10, 6, and 2 if that happens for the long haul. Yeah, and you guys better believe. And when I buy it too, it's not because like of anything else other than like an exit strategy, right? So um, I'm super, super interested in those price points. With that being said, let's quickly go over crypto because I know a lot of people that know me know crypto. And let's just move on and get out of here. The total market is down right now. We're on the total. daily time frame. It's down 0.33%. So that's everything, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything in the crypto market. We're looking at the total chart right now. It's down 0.33. And so not having a good day as far as like the bigger picture for crypto. Mm. Um, Actually, you know what? I never do realize that I could just take my. I don't know if you guys can hear me though. No, you guys can't hear me if I take my stuff off. Nope. Well, I screwed that up. Stick with me. Stick with me. Stick with me. Um, but yeah. So let me see here. Let me see here. Oh, there we go. Look, I can do that. No, is that not good enough? I want to show my entire screen. No, no, that's even worse. Oh well, guys, you guys gonna have to get stuck with me with that little pop-up box on the bottom there. Um, so yeah, total we're down just a little bit, nothing crazy. We've had worse. Um, Total two. Let me see here. We're down 0.15%. It's not all that bad. Total three down 0.25%. Bitcoin is down almost a half percent. It's trading at 0.41% down on the day, 28,294. We are still above. Like this is something that I want to show you guys when it comes to Bitcoin. Long-term support line that we have here, right? Still above it. Still above it currently. And we are leading into the last part of our anticipation phase to the next Bitcoin halving. Again, if you guys take a look at the weekly time frame of this chart, this is the whole Bitcoin halving chart here. As you guys can see here, we have a bull run or appreciation phase, depreciation or bear market, and anticipation phase. There's only three phases to every cycle. We are in now the anticipation phase, guys. We are not far from the next halving, which is in April. So far, it doesn't mean that it has to be, but so far, anytime that you front ran the halving, you did yourself a really good service because it appreciated percent wise on the charts by multiples of hundreds and even sometimes in the past of thousands of percent, right? Not to say that that's what's going to happen this time. It's not going to be as dramatic, but I will still say the trend is our friend until it's not, until we are proven otherwise. Like if you front run the anticipation phase, the having, which is on April, you did yourself a service in the years past, right? Again, not to say that there wasn't downturns in doing so. Like if you take a look at this section right here, you would have been saying, "Hey, Tank, well, what if I bought here and then we dip down here?" I get it, I get it, I get it. But again, what I'm trying to say is in that bull run or that appreciation phase that happens after the anticipation phase, it didn't really fucking matter, right? It did matter if you're trying to maximize things, but if you're just not one of those people, like you still, even from the low to the high here, you saw 1,550% gains. From the high, if you bought the top of the anticipation phase, right, somewhere around here to the top here, you were still up 366%. So guess it matters, but it really fucking don't. You know what I mean? So just something to think about. Trend is still intact right now. Really, really interesting on the weekly time frame. If you take a look at Market Cipher B here, you can see that we're just glancing at positive money flow. Just glancing at it. It's not anything that's really convincing me just yet, but we are in positive money flow. Uh, we with our RSIs on the weekly time frame are still rounding, so it does look like we're having some problems here, but on the daily, we switch back to the daily. We have positive money flow, rounding RSIs. And so I think again, same thing as traditional markets. I think the time to do, or I think what it is to do at this time is just to be patient. Just be patient. If you haven't already taken a position and taking profits on that position, like it doesn't mean that you have to rush on in. Not financial advice. You do you though, right? Like whatever. Anyway, let's move on from that. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is a little bit positive today. It's up 0.09, 0.12, depending on what chart you're taking a look at right now, trading at 1566. So again, guys, not doing the best it possibly could. I would like to see it above 1600, but it is what it is, right? Um, it is in a downturn. Like, I don't care what anybody's saying right now. It is in a downturn when it comes to the trend here. And you can, you can go from the wick highs here if you want to. Sure, you can play that, or you can go from the body candle lows or highs. I'm sorry, excuse me, and just say this is still a downtrend until that trend line breaks and we cut above it and stay above it for some time. Again, which would be really ideal if we get to like 1600 and above 1800 after doing so. Like, I'm just not convinced. I'm just going to be patient, like I've said for a long time, and just wait it out even more. Atom right now having a lot of struggle bus problems. It's 2.03% down on the day, trading at $6.31. We've been sharing with you guys for a long time this downward sloping trend line until we break. Same thing as I was saying for Ethereum. Until we break out of this and go sideways and or up back above the 200 SMA, and until some fundamental things happen and change for Atom, I don't know what to tell you. Like I've been saying what I've been saying for a long time. I don't know what else to tell you. Um, Secret right now up 1%, but it's been getting hit pretty hard. It's trading at 24 cents. Juno down 1.74%. It's trading at 1352 right now. And I just got to say this, with the charter, um, and me being a representative that was nominated and accepted to be on the operational team or multi-sig, I will say, I haven't checked today, so hopefully I'm not putting my foot in my mouth. Juno ecosystem, people that are working on Juno working group, charter participants, we need to start moving on stuff. Like, we could put up any excuse you want to put up, but we can't lose momentum. I've been patiently waiting because there's nothing again for me to do but wait. But if we wait too long, all I guess what I'm trying to say is, look, Juno, let's get moving. Let's get moving. What's the next steps? I thought this charter thing was supposed to get set in place. Copy that, clip it, send it up to your mama, auntie, sisters, brother. I don't care who you send it to. I'm just gonna speak the truth. I don't really care. I just want what's best for the Juno people, ecosystem, community, whatever you want to call it, and that's it. So take your feelings, go kick rocks with that if it offends you. Um, Evmos up 0.75%. If you want to call that up, it's retesting the lows right now. Got battered, beat, and abused. But yeah, it's up 0.66%, which is trading at just above half of a nickel. Osmosis. I'm not gonna get into. Oh, you guys can't even see it. I'm not gonna really get into. Well, hell, I will. Osmosis, nothing but down, right? Down 1.21%, trading at 23 cents. Things need to change. Things need to happen. How do you guys feel about Osmosis? So freaking glad I was so bullish on the team and everybody else. But man, you got to be ready to pivot, man. Mm. You got to be ready to open your eyes and recognize that things ain't changing and poor decisions were being made. Um, thank God. It didn't get out the best for myself, but I did definitely save myself. Um, Look, hey, I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Don't come at me, osmosis fanatics. I used to be one of you guys too. I secretly still am deep down inside. I want to be, but like, man, wanting to be and like what is two different things, right? So let's just be real with ourselves. Um, let's see here. Akash was doing trim. I guess technically from the lows was still doing very well. It's down right now on Bittrex 9.3%. On KuCoin, it's only down 0.21%. So it's kind of freaking weird, right? This weird stuff that always happens. I wonder what it is on Osmosis, but I'm not even gonna go take a look. Zcash up 0.61%. Still been taking a beating like everything else. So as I say, it's up. You got to remember, look at this slippery slide of death. Take that with a grain of salt. Link though, Link is I know Timmy is a fucking perma bull. I am too. Like I really do. I believe everything he's been saying. I think Link is like a no brainer when it comes to oracles and stuff like that. Like Link just is what it is. 7 point. 36 for the trading price. It's up 0.51%. Man, man. Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Talk to Timmy. Talk to Timmy. I think those Link Marines, as BitBoy used to say, those Link Marines is some of the smartest bunch in crypto. So let's go on. Look at Hex. Hex up 27%. What the hell is happening here? What? I don't even know. I don't even know. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Let's look at Render. Render's up 1.82%. Render's super interesting. I'm still on the waiting list for Render. Um, so yeah, but Render's super interesting. Injective, one of the Cosmos chains that actually does pretty well, up 1.82%. Yeah, having a really nice looking chart over the past year or so, ever since the fall, right? Having a really good steady upwards trend. Let's go on into where's my baby? Where's my baby? All right, let's talk about Kuji. Kuji up 3.43%. When it comes to MEXC, you can get Kuji as well. On CoinEx, you can go straight to like where I said before, Kuji.network, and get yourself some Kuji there. That's how I like to do it. You can get yourself a Kepler wallet. You can come on over here and get yourself some Kuji from Kuji.network, and or if you guys don't know, they've been working on Sonar, which is a phenomenal fucking wallet in itself. But yeah, you guys can come over here, get yourself some Kuji. I do want to put out to you guys real quickly here, if you guys don't know this, before I close out, for all you Maneki V1, Maneki V2 holders, if you guys have been following Kuji, if you guys have been following IBC Gang, obviously, and myself, it could be you because we're going to be taking a snapshot and we're going to be giving you guys benefits. I know you guys have been waiting for a long time. If you guys don't know, a little bit of I guess let's touch base. You guys can do this yourselves, right? But if you guys are lazy and if you guys just want to know, a lot of people right now pulling out knives and swords when it comes to NFTs, uh, claiming this and that about other projects and or their own projects. Maneki V1, Maneki V2, you can always just check our wallets. We ain't going nowhere, baby. We ain't scared. And we ain't done nothing with funds either. Like V2 has no royalties. And we're making moves with partners and other protocols as well. It's on you guys to like do your homework. You can fight yourselves to death, but that doesn't do you any good. Like just go check, right? Proof is in your actions, not your words. So a little heads up for that. If you own a Maneki V1, Maneki V2, you will be eligible for something really cool because there's going to be a snapshot happening soon. I'm not going to tell you guys when because I don't want people to game things. But if you hold one or the other, doesn't matter which ones, like you will be in on the running. Obviously V2, there's more V2 holders than V1s. Just hey, I'm just trying to add both of them in there. I don't want to be neglecting one or the other. Mm. And then another thing that I want to share with you guys real quickly. Look, guys, I don't want you guys getting all crazy about stuff, but I haven't been doing this enough and I need to. I literally need to. So, hey, don't get mad at me. Okay? I got to do this. I got to do this, baby. I got to do this. If you guys don't know, we're doing NFT Nashville. You guys need to go buy yourself a ticket. This is coming on November 4th, so not that far away from now. November 4th, here in Middle Tennessee, we're going to be hosting an NFT event, which is hyper focused around NFT projects that have launched within the Cosmos ecosystem. But guys, we are super excited to bring you guys this event here in Middle Tennessee, in my city, in my stomping grounds. We have phenomenal speakers. If you guys don't know, we got Stargaze, Gelato, Astrovault, Bad Kids, Omniflix. Oops, let me get my big face out of the way here. Let me restart this. There's some of our sponsors right here, guys. Stargaze, Gelato, Astrovault, Bad Kids, Omniflix, Game of Nodes. We've got, excuse me, we've got Quantum Club, we've got ONFT, Atlas Nashville. Excuse me, something. I got a cough, but it's just like right there. Cosmos Spaces, Woman from Cosmos, Inner Block, Terra Spaces, Maneki Neko, Rack FM, Crypto Dungeon, NFT Happy Hour, and yes, Jackal, all as our sponsors, guys. These individuals will be speaking and presenting topics at our event. We're going to be having interactive live stream and also an interactive session with our community that actually goes to the event. So if you have not, definitely check out NFTs.io. I'm sorry, NFTnashville.io. You guys can go here and click on the buy tickets link, and it will bring you to this fancy sponsored by OmniFix website, which will allow you to buy tickets via fiat USD and or Atom. And so, guys, even if you can't make it, like, consider buying yourself a ticket just to have a ticket. I'm telling you right now, it's probably going to be a benefit to owning one of these tickets, to having yourself one of these tickets. So you definitely probably want to get yourself one of those. I'm super excited about it, guys. We're really buttoning up the ins and outs of this event. Super excited to be putting it on with my buddies, Cosmos Joe, and if you guys don't know Little Gains from Cosmos Spaces, you guys definitely should. I don't know how you guys can't, especially if you guys are into NFTs. He's on the Stargaze team. Shout outs to our main sponsor, which is Stargaze. Like, I don't give a flying F what you guys are saying about the Stargaze token. Stargaze as a platform, as a team, has come up first before anybody else and said, we want to sponsor this. Obviously, right? Like, hey, Tank, we want to sponsor this. Gains, Joe, let us be your main sponsors. And Stargaze got the ball rolling for us. Then came in Gelato and a few others. Like I said, Astrovault, Bad Kids, Omnifix, Game of Nodes. We have Quantum Club, ONFT, Atlas NFTs, or Jacob, if you guys don't know him, he's freaking phenomenal. Cosmos Spaces, Women from Cosmos, Inner Block, Terra Spaces, Maneki Neko, Rock FM, Crypto Dungeon, NFT Happy Hour, and Jackal, guys. Super pumped to be presenting this, to be offering this to not only the Cosmos ecosystem, but the greater crypto landscape, right? So definitely get yourself a ticket, guys. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much all I got for today. We've been streaming for, is it under an hour? Yes, it's under an hour. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I really do appreciate you guys. I know it's been slow with the live events, guys. I'm sorry. I've been making moves. I also have been taking a more active role with my kids, being there, just being a good dad. Like today, I went to spend basically all of my morning at a school with them and other little kids to help them with their homeschooling. So yeah, guys, stick with it though. Please like, please subscribe. Tell your auntie, tell your sister, your mother. It really helps out a lot, guys, and I would really appreciate it. We're going to be getting into everything when it comes to investing, whether it be in crypto or Web 2. So let me know what you guys want to talk about. If you guys have topics that are, super interesting, let's talk about it. Let's get people rich. Let's get people comfortable. Let's get people not to be struggling anymore. And let's do this. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. I hope you guys success, profits, love, and peace. Treat each other kindly, please. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Later.